Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Dog Training at the Kitchen Table. I'm Christy and I want to talk to you about people approaching and asking to pet your dog. So I was just in this conversation today about why I don't like people to touch my dogs. I have a Doberman who's extremely friendly, but my Husky's afraid of people and my German Shepherd is not okay with people. And so I don't like to be approached. And I never let anyone say hello to my dogs. Now, I have several reasons for this, and I'm going to get into that, but then I'm going to talk about something that people get defensive about. Okay, so even if I was out with just Lydia, who is my friendly Dobie, who would enjoy an interaction, I do not allow people to pet my dogs. One, it's good to be in a habit for ourselves to say no when we need to say no. So I just say no all the time. Two, I have aggressive breeds. If Lydia jumps up and licks someone, but then gives a little nip when she licks, suddenly that could turn into suddenly my Doberman attacked them. She's not a Chihuahua, she's not a Shih Tzu, she's a Doberman. So that could easily be misconstrued and twisted around into something that it isn't. So I don't risk it. And then three, people do weird things to dogs. On a float trip one year with Lydia, I was with a group of people, and Lydia was running free. We were on a beach, and they asked the other family if they wanted her leashed, if that would make them more comfortable if she was leashed. And they said, oh, they have dogs, they have no problem with her running around. So she's running around, she's checking things out, she's kind of getting in the water, she's mostly just checking the beach out. And one of the people from the other family was a young man, 22 to 23 years old, and he gets up to interact with her. I don't see any problem with this at first until I look over and he has now done this to her. And I get up really quickly because her eyes turn into saucers and she's taking several steps back. She's looking really freaked out about this, and I see him do it again. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing to my dog? Oh no, it's okay. That's how I play with my dogs. No, it isn't okay. That's not how you play with everyone else's dogs. I would even suggest you don't play with your own dog that way. And just because your dog is letting you get away with it now doesn't mean your next couple dogs will. Certainly, strangers' dogs won't. That is unacceptable behavior. So I have reached a point where I just tell people no. Because how you interact with your dog is not appropriate for how you interact with my dog. And I have just learned to say no. So those are my reasons. I also have my Husky who's not too keen on people. She's afraid of people, and we're always working on her socialization, and I don't want someone doing something weird to her to mess it up. And my German Shepherd, who we're also working on her socialization, but because she has bitten people. Before I got her, she bit people. And so I don't want anyone to put her in a position that she feels like she needs to defend herself. So I simply tell people, no, you cannot pet my dogs. And I move on with life. This is hard for people. And it used to be hard for me. I used to want to defend myself. I used to want to tell the story about my aggressive German Shepherd or my fearful Husky. But that no and that explanation was never good enough. And then people start to say, well, all dogs like me. No. Have you met every dog on the planet? Then you can't say that. And I've already said no. And that's all that should matter. But unfortunately it isn't. And I have to say this, because it will be mostly women with children who will begin to insist on petting my dog. And women of all demographics should know that no means no. And you don't need an explanation as to why I'm saying no. But I have had people yell mean words at me as I walk away, because I have gotten to a point that I just say no and I continue on my way. I don't stand there and wait for them to make a decision, because a lot of people are already reaching to pet as they're asking, can I pet your dog? And they're already reaching in. No, you can't. And I just move. I just get out of the way so we don't have a problem. We just keep on moving. And so I've had people yell things that women should never be called as I walk away. And I don't care. That doesn't impact me one bit. Move on with life. But it would impact some people. And it's not fair that because I didn't let you pet my dog, you yelled at me and you called me curse words. So just some food for thought. But that reason alone is a reason that I don't let people pet my dogs. Now, what ends up happening that people get defensive about on Facebook is they'll say, well, I always ask. I always ask first. Are you the kind of person who's reaching while you ask? And you might not even know that you do it. Now you might become a little more consciously aware of it, but you might not even know right now that's what you do, that you kind of reach. Or you're already crouching into the dog's face, or you've already gotten too close to the owner that even now if they say no, the dog could be put in an uncomfortable situation. You gotta be really aware of how close you are when you're asking. You're already putting too much pressure on the animal, and now the owner feels that they have to justify their no, or they have to tell their story to you when they just want to go for a walk in the park. Why are you bothering everybody to pet their dogs? Go get your own dog. So, and I know that sounds harsh because some people really do mean well, but I would have to say this would be like a mother with a 6-year-old girl with grown men walking by. Can I hug her? I'm so good with children. I do not care. Do not touch my kid. Now, I've spoken to a lot of mothers who have said while they're pregnant, people want to come up and touch their baby bump. While they're out and about with their brand new baby in a stroller, people want to touch their hands and touch their feet, and there's like lots of oohs and ahs over the baby. But every single mother says the same thing. It's uncomfortable for them. They don't like it. Can I just go grocery shopping? That's how I feel. I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable with it. Can I just go for a walk in the park? If I do explain to someone that my German Shepherd is aggressive, then I've had people get irate with me and say, well, why is your aggressive dog in public? She's not acting aggressively right now, right? She's under control. She's walking beside me. She's not firing off at every person she sees. She is capable of having the composure required to be in public. She doesn't want you to touch her. I don't want you to touch me. I will become aggressive if you do. Why is it so socially unacceptable to have a dog who doesn't want to be touched, but who can be composed in public? I'm not walking her through the grocery store claiming to be a service dog. I rarely take her into PetSmart, and again, if I do, I have things on her like vests and collars that say "Do not pet," or I keep her very close to me so people can't just reach out and pet her. But when we're in the park, I can't walk her in the park. And you would have never known she was aggressive had you not been asking me if you can pet her. So it's really, really rude to the human being anyway. I might have to get to work, and I need to get these dogs walked before I get to work. I just need to go. I can't stand here and have a conversation with you about it. It doesn't matter why I don't want you to pet my dog. I don't want you to pet my dog. So I just want to move on with my life. I just want to walk in the park. Whatever the case might be. But it really would not be considered socially acceptable to walk up to every parent with any age child and say, oh my goodness, I've always wanted kids. Can I hug your kid? No, weirdo, you can't. That would be so weird for people. So why is it okay to do essentially the same thing with dogs? We are not walking petting zoos. Don't even ask. Just move on with your life. Thanks for watching this episode of Dog Training at the Kitchen Table.